Cool.
Yeah, I am rolling, so whenever you're ready, go for it.
All right. AnimeTre up in the house here. This is nice. This is real nice. I like this. I think I can get used to this right here. I feel official as fuck right now, bro. I like this. All right. Well, on with the anime, man. Appreciate Joe Biggs, my man, Young Dro. Just blur ganging it out here, man. I appreciate that. As far as the anime news is concerned, it's gonna be a little hit and miss right now, cause I ain't gonna lie, I'm trying not to chew my damn fingernails off right now, bro. This is great. So what I'm seeing right now is Demon Slayer is coming up with a Swordsmith Village arc. For the first time in over 100 years, the upper ranks of the Muzan Kibutsuji 12s, Kizuku, are not full. Angered, Muzan dispatches the survivors on another mission. Elsewhere, Tanjiro journeys to a village of swordsmiths and has to explain how his sword was so badly damaged to Haganazuka. Golly, the names.
Is that the guy with the nose?
Yeah.
He's gonna kill him.
Yeah, yeah, the swordsmith. Yeah. That's gonna be a mess. So that's gonna be hilarious. So we also got Jujutsu Kaisen back in the news. Jujutsu Kaisen season 2 coming up. Hasn't been confirmed as of what date, but 2023 so far. Season 2 Jujutsu Kaisen. If you haven't checked that out yet, that's actually not that bad. I'm kind of feeling that one. Well, so there's a demon. Who has kind of infected the world, so to speak. There's a kid who manages to somehow he ends up getting a piece of this super powerful, like this demon is the demon of demons, so to speak. So they managed to chop him into bits somehow in order to try to contain his power, but this kid ends up getting a piece of him, ends up eating one of his fingers, and he becomes sort of a vessel for this super powerful. Yeah, so but he ends up being able to use a little bit more of his power than he's probably supposed to. So he ends up joining some Demon Slayer like academy organization. It's pretty dope. Like it's been a minute since I watched it, but since I watched season 1, but it's not too bad, man.
What's the name of it again?
Jujutsu Kaisen. You can catch that one on HBO Max.
Okay.
Yep. Chainsaw Man. I don't know anything about this. It just looked interesting as hell. Denji's a poor young man who'll do anything for money, even hunting down devils with his pet devil dog, Pochita. He's a simple man with simple dreams, drowning under a mountain of debt, but his sad life gets turned upside down one day when he's betrayed by someone he trusts. Now, with the power of a devil inside him, Denji's become a whole new man. Chainsaw Man. Okay. I like the sound of that. The next one I got for you is the baby boy, Ichigo Kurosaki himself. The 1,000-Year Blood War arc is coming October of this year. Let's hope that we will be able to get it in America at the same time that they drop it in Japan, but the 1,000-Year Blood War is on its way.
Now, what anime is that?
Bleach.
Oh.
Yeah. The new Bleach. So we got my boy has brought it back, and he's actually ahead of it. You know what I'm saying? He's heading the whole thing. So it's not going to be some secondary Dragon Ball GT type situation. You know what I'm saying? So Kite to whatever the hell his name is. Anyway, so my dude's back. Mob Psycho 3. This is another one that I haven't really gotten a chance to watch. It's the third season of Mob Psycho 100. That one is slated. That one actually hasn't been announced yet as well, but we do have a third season confirmed. What do we got here? Fairy Tail, 100-Year Quest. That's another one I don't watch. Just Fairy Tail. But I know it's popular. I know it's popular. It's mad popular. A lot of people watch it, so I know that. But I mean, anybody that might be watching, might be interested. The Fairy Tail 100-Year Quest is to be announced as well.
That sounds good to me, man.
We got now. This one is back in my day. Right, Rurouni Kenshin. Rurouni Kenshin, new TV anime coming back to TV. I am very excited about this. Rurouni Kenshin is actually, I can't say if it's based on an actual historical Japanese character, but I want to say it is. The romantic in me wants to say it is. You know anything about Rurouni Kenshin? Rurouni Kenshin is who was known as the manslayer in a part of Japan, as Japan was starting to move more into the Western culture. The samurai culture was being phased out, and Japan in itself was moving more towards Western ways, more towards Western technologies, dress, fashion, everything. At that particular point in time, the Rurouni Kenshin's character was fighting on behalf of that progressivism, and he was fighting against the people that were trying to keep Japan, super traditional as it was. So after they won their side of it, Rurouni ends up becoming more or less a wanderer. He was still holding on to his samurai ways because that's all he knew. He was raised as a samurai. He doesn't know anything else. But what he did do was take a vow to never kill another man. Never. In that process, he ends up making himself a sword, a reverse blade sword, where the sharp edge is actually on the dull side. That way, anytime he is fighting, he's only incapacitating his opponents and not killing them outright. So it becomes a test because, of course, ghosts from the past start to come back, and he's having to go back and contend with these people that he once fought, but this time he's having to do it from his new philosophy. So it gets interesting. But the old anime was, oh man, I want to say early 90s, late 80s, and then they brought it back in 2012. They actually released 3 movies based on the character, live action movies. And then Netflix just recently bought that same character back, but told the prequel, told the actual story of the manslayer himself, and then went back and then started go back into so they kind of went back a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But it did good. It did well. The Netflix series, they're still on, they're still playing. You can go back and watch them. You can even go back and watch the 2012 versions of the original live action movies as well. My Hero Academia season 6, my man Joe. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Season 6, October 2022. So we are looking at that. Hopefully, man, I hope it all drops at the same time, dude. This is gonna be great. Overlord, I don't know if I told you, Joe, about Overlord or not, but Overlord is another one of those animes that if you just look at it for what it is, you'll bypass it and you won't think nothing of it. Overlord season 1 was probably one of the more interesting animes that I've seen, honestly. Season 4 is coming out this year. It's been announced as 2022 so far. It's just hard to get a hold of season 2 and 3 without paying for them is the only problem. Season 1 was on Hulu. I think it's still on Hulu Plus right now. But season 2 and 3 you'd have to actually pay for. Honestly, it's worth it. The show in itself is interesting. It tells a story of one guy's character who's playing a video game, and the video game it's a VR video. It's a VR title. And the game is coming to an end. They're shutting down the servers. So this guy has spent years building his character. His character has managed to amass a great amount of power and a great amount of wealth in the game that he's playing. So he ends up kind of stuck inside the game as the servers go down and the world comes alive for him. So he is stuck as his character, this super powerful fucking overlord dude. Like it's but he has, and if you look at his character, like he's all, bones and shit. He looks like a completely evil, like he's an evil tyrant motherfucker that's gonna take over the world. But come to find, he kind of has a heart of gold. You know what I'm saying? The dude has a lot of dude ends up being pretty honorable. Now he's playing a bad guy who has to be a bad guy for his subjects, but he is playing it close. So he's still doing honorable shit, but he's still trying to ride that fine line of being a bad guy from his character. So it's interesting. Overlord season 4 is slated to come out 2022. The Devil is a Part-Timer season 2. Now this one is also on HBO Max, if I'm not mistaken, and I think Hulu Plus. I have absolutely no idea what the hell that show is about, but it seems interesting. The Devil is a Part-Timer. That one supposedly drops this month, if I'm not mistaken. Season 2, July 2022. Yes, sir. Black Clover. I know it's a popular one. It's another one that I haven't had a chance to check out yet. There's a Black Clover movie that is coming out. That one, the release date for that one is to be announced as well. One Piece. Funny that y'all mentioned that. One Piece Film Red is a movie that's coming out August the 6th, 2022. It's going to be released in Japan, obviously. I'm not sure when. We haven't heard anything as to when it will be over here to the States, but I'm pretty sure they're probably not. Given the popularity of One Piece, I'm pretty sure they're not going to hold it from us too long. Dragon Ball Super, Superhero Movie 2, April 22nd, 2022. Of course, this is, from my understanding, it's already been released in Japan, and we're waiting for it to come here. I don't know if we're going to get the original. I'm sure we're going to get the original Japanese track first before they give it to the studio, our actors here, Sean Schimmel and so on. But we should probably expect that in theaters here very soon. I believe it's supposed to drop sometime before the end of 2022, if I'm not mistaken. Dr. Stone, season 3, HBO Max. That one is been announced for 2023 release. I watched the first few episodes from season 1. I guess I'll have to go back and finish it. I didn't get too far into it, and it was kind of a lot. And then again, I had a lot of shit going on at the time, so I was pretty distracted. Inspector season 2. This is another one. I am not gonna lie to you. I watched Inspector season 1, and the ghost chick with the big titties was the only damn reason why I watched it. I'm just saying. I'm just laying it out there. I'm being completely honest with y'all, man. I mean, goddamn shit, baby was thick. Anyway, 2022 season 2. That one is also on HBO Max. Nier Automata. Now this is for the gamers. This is for my gaming community, homie, family, blah blah blah. Nier Automata actually to be announced hasn't been announced as to when this will come out, but they are making a Nier Automata anime, which is very exciting. The Nier Automata is probably one of the best video games that come out in 2020, I believe, 2019, 2020. It was an independent game. Nobody was really expecting it to have the draw that it had, and it blew the hell up. And even now, you can still get it on PlayStation Plus. It's a phenomenal game if you haven't had a chance to check it out. Tokyo Revengers Christmas Showdown. This looks like it's going to be a movie. This one has also to be announced. Tokyo Revengers is a pretty interesting show on HBO Max. It's about a Japanese biker gang. So it's not, we don't get into the supernatural shit. There's nothing crazy, no crazy powers or nothing like that. It's just basically about this kid, Mikey, who just happens to be an incredible fighter, but he's very charismatic. And you wouldn't think that this kid could fight, but because he's kind of baby faced and shit like that. He's kind of smaller in stature compared to his sergeant at arms. His SA is tall, mohawk, fucking kind of big. He's a fight motherfucker too, but he has respect for Mikey, who's like that damn tall. But Mikey is a monster, dude. Mikey is a fucking monster. So that one will probably be interesting. Tokyo Revengers Christmas Showdown coming out. That will be to be announced, more than likely coming out on HBO Max as well. And that is pretty much all I have for you right now for AnimeTre.
What's the one show you recommend or that you looking most forward to watch?
Oh.
What's your next watch? Your recommendation for the week?
My next watch or recommendation, Blood Lad. Blood Lad is on, is that on HBO Max? I believe it's on HBO Max. No, it's on Hulu. It's on Hulu. Blood Lad also has the Johnny Young Bosch, who voices Ichigo Kurosaki in Bleach, is playing a character in this show. This show is basically about a vampire living in the demon world who happens to be a crime lord of a section of the demon world. He apparently has a hidden power that's been locked away from him by his brother, played by Johnny Young Bosch. And his brother happens to be one of the overlords of the demon world. He's one of the big bosses, but he's kind of a criminal underboss, so to speak, of a whole section of the demon world and shit. So a human girl ends up which is hilarious in itself because there's a lot of callbacks to like other anime. He's a real otaku. Like even being a vampire in the demon world, he's a true otaku. Like he's a huge manga fan, plays video games, loves anything anime, loves a little hentai, but has a huge appreciation for Japanese culture, loves the food, loves the girls, everything, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so a human girl ends up falling somehow, unexplainably. I'm sure they probably explained it, but I probably missed it. But somehow a human girl ends up falling into his section of the demon world, and she ends up getting killed. So he takes it upon himself after he gets it. He, of course, sends his minions out to go get this girl, bring her to me, and blah blah blah. Then he ends up falling in love with her. Comes to find out she's some little Japanese schoolgirl. He's like, oh, perfect. Plus, you can take me to I can take you to the human world and get you back to your home and blah blah blah. And then you can take me around Japan and show me around. So it's kind of weird. It's a little strange, but it's funny. Just from all of the like at some point he's fighting his best friend who's a werewolf, who's also another underling boss of another section adjacent to his empire. He happens to be a werewolf. Dude's pretty strong, but he ain't nowhere near as strong as Blood Lad. So anyway, it ends up becoming some kind of a lot of shit involved. Like it gets a little more heavily involved. The girl ends up getting killed. He ends up trying to get himself or trying to figure out how to bring her back to life. He makes her a promise, but he ends up getting captured and all kinds of crazy shit. So anyway, it's very interesting. I'm probably I'm not making it sound as good as it really is. Just sit down and watch Blood Lad. I promise you won't be disappointed. So. That's my recommendation for the week. I'm gonna have to go back and do a lot more digging because there's a lot of stuff out there that I'm noticing is coming up that I haven't had a chance to get into yet because I'm too stuck on The Handmaid's freaking Tale. Jesus, dude. Oh my God, bro. The Handmaid's Tale has got me stuck, dog.
Yeah.
Oh my, yeah, I can't get past it. So, anyway, yeah, that's it for me. AnimeTre. I promise these segments will get better. But this was interesting. I love this. I love the setup. I love this right here. So we're going to have to come back and do this again sometime real soon. Appreciate y'all.